All right, we are live. I want to go ahead and welcome you guys to the stream here and let you know this is a totally free game, uh, comedy game. It bears absolutely no resemblance to real life or real people. It is hosted by Choice of Games. I want to go ahead and say before we actually start reading President Disaster here that if you guys feel like you're a writer or you've ever wanted to write anything, maybe you feel like you're not up to par on, writing a book. Something that you might try your hand at is writing a book for Choice of Games or for the people that make these games. And they do these choice of these kind of make your own choice games, and they host them on their website, and they give you a percentage profit. So you don't have to be a programmer, you don't have to know code or anything like that. If you're a writer, you can get in and write one of these like choose your own adventure games about pretty much anything you want, and they will pay you money or pay you a percentage of their sales. So if you've ever wanted to try your hand at writing, maybe you could, check them out. So if you look here, I believe if you go to, let's see, uh, if we look here on, I think it's called Hosted Games. Yeah, right here, write a hosted game. This is what I'm talking about right here. So you can go to their website right here. Let me go ahead and put a link to this in the chat, guys, just in case there's anybody out there that has ever wanted to write something and maybe they're try their hand at writing. So anyone can publish a game under Hosted Games label. Hosted Games are written without editorial support from Choice of Games, and you do not need to submit your ideas in advance. Simply write your own story. You go here, and you can only publish. It has to be in English, however. And hosted game authors receive 25% royalty rate on their sales of their hosted game. So you only get 25%. That kind of seems that kind of seems like a rip, but it is their software and it is them, probably selling your games. So maybe it's not so bad. It also kind of helps get your name out there. So, something to try if you've ever thought about writing like games must be at least 30,000 words. The word count includes code. Games must not contain deeply offensive material, racist attitudes, etc., like that. And you can't infringe on other people's intellectual property. So, for example, you can't host a Harry Potter or Star Wars game. Just pretty much common sense. Your work will receive a 25% royalty on the revenue we receive from distributing your game. And this includes money from advertising, in-app purchases, direct sales, etc. And the software you would use is ChoiceScript. So you can independently write and complete a game written in ChoiceScript. And so you use their software to write it. It helps you write it so you don't have to be a coder or anything like that. And then you submit it to them, and they would give you 25% of all the sales. So just something to think about if somebody wanted to kind of get their name out there, or maybe try their hand at writing something and seeing if they could, make any sales. If anybody would buy your material. A great way to look there. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to this new release. I believe this just came out today. And we're going to go ahead and try this out. I don't know if we're going to get any viewers over this text game, but we'll see. All right. So welcome to President Disaster, a totally free comedy game that bears absolutely no resemblance to real life or real people. We swear. You arrive at the White House on your first day as an intern. All right. Exciting. You find President Disaster. So we find Trump pacing outside the Oval Office as the Secret Service drags a limp body past you and out the door. Oh God. Imagine that. So you show up at the White House as an intern. You see there President Trump. I can imagine him with his, uh, gruntled face, frustrated, pacing outside the Oval Office. And then we see a Secret Service drags a limp body past you and out the door. Was that the chief of staff? Is he dead? And before you have the time to examine more closely, President Disaster stops pacing and yells, "Hey, you, intern, what's your name?" Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in my name here. Alright. So I have a choice of what to say here. Can I say what is happening here? Or I know the rules. Let's dive in and get to work. Well, knowing myself, I'm pretty like I'm not afraid to say things, even though I'm working as an intern. I wouldn't be too scared to say what the hell's going on here. Trump, what the hell is going on here? I say. And we're just going to replace President Disaster here with Trump. How about that? Because so it'll help us all picture our current president uh, right now. So, hang on just a sec. Guys, how you doing, Greether Games? All right, how you doing, Greether Games? All right, so Trump snaps his fingers at the Secret Service and then points at you. Right, Zach. Congratulations. I'm appointing you my new chief of staff. So we're now the chief of staff from President Trump. Now, even though this says it doesn't resemble any characters, we're still going to go ahead and we're going to put Trump in for as the president, just because it helps me picture it and laugh. All right. So Trump has appointed us new chief of staff. What do you do? Do we turn and run out the door? You actually like having a heartbeat? Yeah, because we just saw somebody get taken out, their limp body taken out. Okay. Fist pump like you hit a hole in one. This will be a wild ride. Or you nod solemnly. This may be your only chance to help save democracy. Wow. All right, so real quick here, guys. Let me go ahead and just restart this real quick, just because I want to show you guys. I want to give you guys the link as well. You can buy it for free. You can play through the game once for free. Okay, I see how it works. So you can play this game completely free yourself, guys. Let me give you the link here. If you guys want to play this yourself, you can come right here. You can play it free for your once. And then if you want to buy unlimited replays, you have to pay $3. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this again. All right, so again, you arrive at the White House on your first day as an intern. We find President Trump, even though it says it bears absolutely no resemblance to real life or real people. We swear. I love that. All right. So President Trump pacing outside the Oval Office as a Secret Service drags a limp body past you and out the door. And you wonder if that's the chief of staff. And is he dead? And before you have the time to examine more closely to see if it is the chief of staff and if he is dead, President Trump stops pacing and yells, "Hey, you, intern, what's your name?" So we're going to go ahead and say Zach here. All right. And so again, we say what's happening here. We have a choice of what to say. So I think this is a game you can have fun with here. What's going on here? Trump snaps his fingers at the Secret Service and points at you. Right, Zach. Congratulations. I'm appointing you my new chief of staff. If you guys like my Trump voice. All right. So do we turn and run out the door? You actually like having a heartbeat. I think that's probably what I would do in that point. I just saw a dead body getting carted out, a dead chief of staff, or what looked like he was dead. And now he wants me to replace that chief of staff as an intern. I think honestly, I'd probably turn and run out the door. Or this is just hilarious though. Fist pump like you hit a hole in one. Woo! This will be a wild ride. Or do you nod solemnly? This may be your only chance to help save democracy. You know what, guys? I think I'm going to try to do what I would normally do. Like, I think Greether Game said the last one. Choose the last one. But I think I'm going to go ahead and try to play this realistically, even though especially this one is funny. Like, you know, pump like you hit a hole in the one. I think I'm going to actually try to run out the door just to see what happens. All right. The Secret Service the Secret Service are ready. They tackle you and drag you back into the Oval Office. So we try to leave and they just fucking tackle me and drag me back in there. Oh god, what's gonna happen now? Oh wow. Alright. So here's Trumpstats. Rage. Oh, it shows his rage, 50%. Grift, 50%. Domestic approval, 50%. And international prestige, 50%. I'm having too much fun with this, guys. It's your job to give him the best advice, the most winning advice. If you don't steer him well, you may end up a sad loser and cause big problems. Every day, something very important happens to President Trump, like receiving this dinner invitation, which just came in the mail from the Embassy of Ecuador, and he painfully pronounces it as Ecuador. So he pronounces Ecuador. That sounds like Trump. So President Trump is here, sitting here pronouncing Ecuador as Ecuador. somehow I can imagine President Trump pronouncing Ecuador wrong like that, like totally wrong. Oh my god, that's hilarious. What do you do? Advise him to accept the invitation from Ecuador. From Ecuador. Correct his pronunciation, or call the Ecuadorian embassy and suggest that the president might attend if they make it worth his while. Oh my god. This is hilarious. What do you think? What do you think, Greether? What do you think? This is too funny. Alright. Yeah. What? Got 2 viewers. Alright. My son didn't think I was really streaming. He's like, are you streaming this? Like, yeah. Alright. I'm on YouTube. I'm just gonna advise him to accept. Hey, Trump, accept the invitation from Ecuador. That'd be good. I can just imagine his face. The president sticks his foot in his mouth all night. But all other nations are impressed that he's finally getting out and mingling. His prestige rises, which you can see in the stats. You'd better be careful about letting any stats get too high, though, or it could go to the president's head. So domestic approval still 50%. His international prestige is 1 up. Okay. Next, the president shows you a picture of his children. He says that one of them has been filling his shoes with shaving cream. So the president's own kids is filling his fucking shoes with shaving cream now, and demands that you find out who. What do? Get the NSA on it right away? Tell him it's probably his conniving daughter, Duchess? Alert the media and publicly shame his kids into stopping. Oh my god, this is hilarious. I'm gonna tell him this is probably his conniving daughter. How about that? The president goes on Moose News to smear his daughter. And the family tension causes disaster stocks to drop. Avoid getting grift or any stat drop too low, or it could spell, well, disaster. That is the name of the game, President Disaster. So we lost 5% grift. And that's the job. You've got 30 days until election day to keep the president and the country in balance. Good luck. Oh boy. Days before election, 30. North Korea is asking for a summit to discuss their exorbitant demands on denuclearization. What do? Try and explain denuclearization to the president? Agree to submit? Or refuse to submit? I think we might want to explain to the president what that is so he knows. Alright. President Trump falls asleep. Oh no. I can so picture President Trump falling asleep here. Like just nodding off. I can just picture him falling asleep. He forgets to reply, so he falls asleep while we're explaining to him what denuclearization is. He falls asleep and forgets to reply. The world cheers his hardline refusal to negotiate with terrorists. Wow. That actually worked in our favor. We gained like 10% on international prestige. Cool. That worked out for us. 29 days before the election. President Disaster appoints his 13-year-old son, Afterthought Disaster, Secretary of State. He loves international Disneylands. What do? You find a short adult look-alike to do his job. You hire actors to play foreign diplomats at Cafe Mickey. Or you hand Afterthought a fidget spinner before his first meeting with North Korean ambassadors to keep him relaxed. Let's do that. Let's keep him relaxed with a fucking fidget spinner. Let's try that. Afterthought forgets all about the meeting and wanders off with his new toy. The North Korean ambassadors publicize your administration's incompetence. Not a good look. Uh-oh. So we lost 10% international prestige. Alright, we made a mistake there. Alright, this is kind of funny. 28 days left. President Trump just watched the Chernobyl miniseries and thought it was the news. He insists on sending billions in aid to the Russians right away. Oh my god. What do we do? Send Russia a mountain of cash for the Chernobyl cleanup? Explain to the President Trump that this happened over 30 years ago and he should probably remember it, as it was kind of a big deal at the time. Or change the president's HBO Go password. Let's change his password. See what that does. So again, we're 60, 45, 50, and 60. Let's see what happens. The president gets upset that he can't watch that awful Axios show, and he loses face with the public by claiming Game of Thrones is still good. Oh boy, so now we lost 5% domestic approval. Made another mistake. 27 days left. Can we pick ourselves out of this hole we're getting into? President Trump demands that a border wall be built in a week or everyone's fired. Oh god. Build a wall between the USA and Mexico where everybody's fired. Wow. The choices are what's funny in this game. Do we start a nationwide Lego drive? Hire memes to suggest that an invisible wall has already been built. Hire memes from YouTube? What? Or do nothing. Maybe he'll forget. Oh my god. I can't resist this one. Let's start. I know that we're probably going to lose stats on this one, but let's start a nationwide Lego drive. Why not? Legos start pouring in. His supporters send those really big ones, soon filling the mailroom. The president is thrilled. Wow. So we actually, we increased his rage. I guess we want to keep him rage because we don't want that to fall. We don't want any of these stats to fall. So we want the president being pissed. Or his rage. We want to fill his rage meter. That's funny. Alright. What? Come back in a few minutes to play the next part of President Disaster, or you can buy the game now to skip the wait. That's messed up. We have to wait 20 minutes? Oh man, that's messed up. 20 minutes, or you can just buy it. Like, I thought it said you could play the whole thing for free one time, but it didn't say that it had like 20-minute waiting periods. That's ridiculous. Yeah, they're definitely trying to pressure you into buying it. I mean, $2.99 is not much money, but this is pretty funny, guys. Maybe I'll buy it. Maybe I'll do another stream of this. I don't know. At some point here in the next few days, I'll think about it. But I don't know that I want to pay $2.99 for it. It's pretty fucking funny so far. The choices are what's really hilarious here, guys. And yeah, I like it. It looks like it's pretty hilarious. I thought it was going to be on Steam. I got an email saying that this game was going to be on Steam, so it's not on Steam. So it looks like I can buy it over on Amazon. Yeah, I might buy it. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think so far? It looks pretty funny. It looks pretty fucking over the top silly. You know what I mean? But again, it's the choices that are hilarious more than what the president's doing. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of this video. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for right here. If I do actually buy this game, guys, maybe I'll go ahead and play a full stream of it. Let me know if you guys would like to see that. Or maybe this has, provoked you, not provoked, but inspired you guys, not provoked. This is a rage meter for Trump. But maybe this has inspired you guys to go check this game out. Again, I have the link in the chat there and in the description for where you could buy this President Disaster and play it yourself. Unlimited times for only $2.99. Well, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Be sure you comment down below. Let me know if this has inspired you to go out and buy President Disaster, or if you want to see me play the full game as well. But I'm definitely not going to wait 20 minutes every 4 choices or whatever, every 4 days in the game. That would suck. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Peace, everybody.